Today, we're at the kinesiology office of Brian Dorfman, and we got an exciting podcast for you guys here today. This guy was referred from one of our other guests, as most of the time that happens, and he just told me I had a great voice. I'm so excited. I feel already filled with confidence in this office here today. Brian, say hello to everybody.
Hello, everybody.
So we're here today doing a podcast over in Solana Beach, California, and it is absolutely beautiful out, and Brian cannot wait to get to the beach and surf. But he's taking some time here today to share his knowledge with our audience out there. And so we're going to get a lot out of him here today, and we're going to make it quick. So, Brian, why don't you start off by telling a little bit about who you are and what's going on, and tell us about kinesiology.
Oh, kinesiology is the study of human movement. It involves the respiratory system, the cardiovascular system. It's the complete anatomy and physiology of the human being in action, in the office, in sports. So that was a Bachelor of Science degree that I picked up, and now I use it to help heal people and work with great athletes and get them at their top performance level, and involved with yoga communities, hospitals, other clinics with service with acupuncture. So that's a little bit of what I do.
Awesome. So we're already noticing he's very humble, and he's not going to release too much information on this podcast. So that's why I'm here, you guys, out here on the 5-Minute Bark, is to get this guy to bark. So from what I understand, he is an absolutely amazing person in his field, and he helps many people. I've always said this in my podcast before, you got, for example, a golfer like Tiger Woods. He always has a person that's by his side training him or helping him physically. This is one of those guys. This is one of those guys that keeps you in tip-top shape, whether you're a top athlete or you're just a regular person just like me. So we got amazing stuff you're doing, Brian, here. I don't know too much about kinesiology, and maybe my audience doesn't either. Can you just kind of give us a brief, a little brief thing on it?
Well, generally, when we apply it to our clinics, we apply it to either top-end athletes who have injuries. We apply it to other individuals who may have injuries. So, for example, a simple injury to a wrist for maybe a quarterback, it may appear to be long-term and chronic, but if we understand how to correctly mobilize the individual's joint and help him also use corrective steps that are accurate for what he's doing, then we expect to get great results all the time.
Awesome. Well, I guess I'm in the right place, because I spent the last year, I just started a new company, and I'm working on my computer 12, 15 hours a day. And I literally have developed this intense strain in my front arms. And I was told it wasn't carpal tunnel, but it was something else. So you're the type of guy I would go to so I got to talk to you after this show here.
Well, actually, I have a better solution for you. You can go on my free app, Brian Dorfman. It's free. Go. And the very first section is media. And on the media section, I go over different easy stretches to do in the office for carpal tunnel, thumb issues, the correct way to work on a computer, the best way to sit. So it's a really valuable resource. I made it for HR people initially at Callaway, where I went through and worked with over 2,000 employees in less than an hour.
Wow.
Yeah.
Awesome. An hour.
You're pushing me. What do you want?
You're in, you're out. We fixed you all. Thank you.
But it's the ability to see quickly what someone can do when they're working. That'll make it easier for them for the next 20 years. Right. It's understanding that my position today is my position tomorrow, and is that the position that's going to help me feel better in 2 years, 3 years from now.
Gotcha. So more on you kind of explained a little bit to me before the podcast, and I really liked what you were saying, so I wanted to save it for the podcast. So you're saying something about kinesiology is related to movement or body.
Yes, it looks at what can be confusing for an individual when they have an injury is that this is an organic system. This is not inorganic. Bones are living. Bones can change. So the movement, any type of movement that's happening in the body, is something that we study in kinesiology. And not only that, then we study human movement, human performance. We have a pitcher like Barry Zito, 2 World Series championships, Cy Young Award, and we help him get back into his career. We help him understand the relationship between how he's moving and how he's feeling.
So basically, obviously, when we hurt ourselves or damage our body, we're just doing incorrect movements. Well, obviously
that's part of the problem, and it's certainly part of the solution. Okay. Very simple example. Someone comes and they have a neck problem. Every once in a while someone has a neck problem, right? They have a neck problem, their shoulder's elevated. They've seen all these different practitioners. Nobody has said move your shoulder down.
Right.
I,
It's that simple.
Visually, we can't ignore
Right.
what we see.
Right. So that's basically.
That's a very basic example. I see it all the time. Individuals, at least a half dozen different practitioners. Not one practitioner mentioned they might want to take this large bone and move it out of the nervous system that's inflamed.
So you notice that, and then you.
Absolutely.
Okay, and then you take that, and then you start giving them certain exercises that'll actually loosen off because it's stuck there because they've been doing it for so long. You give them, I'm just guessing here.
Oh no, the beauty is that we allow the patients to help in the process, because if first of all, they're there every day. I can help you out, and then you go back to your computer like this or your cell phone like that. I have to get people and say, get a headset, because if they don't get a headset, and they have headaches. So we involve them in the process because we know what they're doing day to day makes a difference. Then they become less dependent on us.
Awesome. So is there like a patient example that you could say that, well, this person was in this situation and now he's free falling, he's free walking, he's free, pain free? Is there?
Sure. How many do you want?
Oh, well, just one. And I'm just trying to give some example, trying to help you out.
Okay,
here.
Great. No, no.
trying to make you look like Superman. Is that working?
Sure. We worked with a gentleman. He's a judge. He's a fantastic man. He's probably in his mid-70s. He missed a step and was unable to walk for a few weeks, and they gave him a walker. Well, we helped reset how he was using his walker. We intervened in his treatment, and we got him walking really within a couple weeks. And it took a combination between understanding. A lot of times individuals, especially older individuals, when they get a walker because they've had a problem, the walker starts to create a lot of problems. They start compensating. Again, simple setups on the walker in relationship to the person made all the difference in bringing his case to resolution quickly.
Awesome. I guess that just kind of is really falling into place in everything we do nowadays. I mean, even setting up this microphone to talk, I need to be in a comfortable position, but yet sometimes I'll just I just had to hurry up. So setting up our bodies for sports, golf clubs being certain adjustment sizes and shoes and so on. We're
or
finding
if anybody
out,
drives in a car.
Right. I mean, all these simple things, it's like every podcast I do, everything seems to come down to simple. And
but, that's it. I want to get on that point of simple is because our body will become will be stronger in the positions we put it in. So if I create the incorrect position, I get better and better at it. If I intervene and then create the correct position, then it's permanent. So 3 months of working with the correct alignment gives me a lifetime of freedom.
Right.
And it's doable. It's great. We work with the local high school athletes. We get kids in here and they're all slouched, they're 16. 3 weeks later, you see them and they're standing up. That's going to take all the strain off their neck when they're doing studies. So much stress is added to our positioning. And then we can't, get out of the position. Sorry.
Well, no, it's good. And it brings us on to another point. A lot of people, I mean, the regular people out there, they just think that their body and their posture is all just genetics, and that's just how they're supposed to be.
That's the start.
Yeah. It's because you're, modeling the food your parents eat, you're modeling the way they sit, you're modeling the way they talk, they're monotone. That creates your body to adapt to them. But the reality is people like you have found out that we can change all this, and you can be in good health. You can be in good posture. You can be pain-free if you understand.
Yeah, let me give you 2 examples on the genetics. We worked with a young boy. He was 14 and he was getting chronic headaches. His mom brought him in, and she informed us that not only does he get headaches, she gets headaches in their whole family, uncles and aunts, and it's genetic. And I said, well, we'll see about that. And as I started working with the boy, I realized we're going to be able to help him. And I said, we're going to help get rid of his headaches, and then we're going to get your headaches. And she was still a naysayer, but we did. We resolved his headache issues and we resolved her headache issues. And what I explained to her is, although you may have a genetic predisposition, if you intervene correctly, you can change the future of what this will do. How many people in your family have ever intervened? None, for generations.
Right.
Same thing, low back problem. Woman comes in, genetic lower back, mom lower back, here's these exercises. 3 weeks later, they're happy campers. Unfortunately, it's that easy.
Yep. And we do it in education. We do it in many other areas of our lives. And why can't you do it in your body, right?
Well, in education, unfortunately, children are sitting for so long, they lose opportunity to maturate their physical growth. It's same with learning. In other words, if a child between 0 and 12, if we don't teach them mathematics or reading or language, it's very hard to grasp. It's the same with our human movement. Children need to move so that by the time they're 12, they understand the basics of their mechanics.
Do you have any good advice you could give to anybody out there that's, let's say, looking to get their kids off to the right start as far as posture goes or body?
You have to have them active in sports. The simplest thing to do for kids, if I ran the world, was I would have them go through a certain amount of swimming, because swimming helps us with the strength of our postural alignment. And then from swimming as young children, they can stand erect all the time. But any activity, any movement, it's very important, that coordination, the rhythmic movement of hands and knees and feet. It develops. And if we don't develop it when they're young, they can't develop it after that, just like the mental part.
Right. Okay. Very good. So swimming is one of the best things you think that's out there for sure for a body.
To help you with your postural muscles, yes.
Okay. Awesome. I don't do any swimming.
No, you asked for kids. If there was one thing the schools could implement, it would be having, in Australia, the children before they graduate high school have to do a triathlon.
Right. That's awesome.
Simple.
That's a good. That's
kids
good
like to run. They like to ride bikes.
Awesome. You seem like a very straight to the point person. If you can't tell, but Brian, how about if, for example, you're, what am I trying to say here?
That's your job.
Yeah, that's right. I'm trying to make up something to say here. But if somebody was, for example, stuck in a job, I guess this answers the question on your app. Maybe they're stuck in a job, they're not getting as much exercise as they should get. Is there some exercise they can do? But you said you have an app that's available that has.
Yeah, I have. I've designed a very simple video. It takes 22 minutes. It's called Lower Back Basics. I designed it for anybody to be able to do it. It's designed for everybody. I have another one called Flex Training, and that's for my athletes. It's been used by athletes for over 30 years, some of the greatest athletes on the planet. But more importantly is you have to remember that if you don't eat well or if you overeat, it's very challenging to stay healthy, especially as you approach 45, 50. Studies show that the diet is a bigger indicator of weight loss than exercise. So I'm a big advocate of exercise for a lot of reasons, stress management and that. But if you want to watch how your weight is being distributed when you get to 45, 50, 55, especially you men, you're going to have to eat less.
Yeah, one of my podcasts, I challenged myself to lose 20 pounds. I was weighing about 188. I went down to 165. I just thought I'd see what I looked like at, lean and mean. And obviously I went too skinny. But you're 100% correct. I had to do that only with the eating part. I was basically doing the whole 2 hour a day, every 2 hours eating a little meal. And I lost the weight like so easy. It was very easy to come off. And I thought it was absolutely impossible to eat like that and live like that. Kidding me, I'm going to eat every 2 hours. That's a pain in the neck. But I found the right foods to do, and I lost the weight, and I didn't increase my exercise at all.
The way the body absorbs essential nutrients is much different than how most Americans view it. When we take something in, even of high quality, we still have to utilize it in a way and move it around. What we don't realize is when we overeat, we slow down the ability to do that. So then essential nutrients are not being absorbed. So for example, I could go eat with someone who's 40 pounds overweight and they get 30% out of the nutrients out of the meal, and I get 100%. So now they need to eat 3 times as much as me. We don't understand that the value is in the essential nutrients, and to get the essential nutrients, we can't be bogged down with extra weight, especially when later in life. So
when we talk about all this extra weight, obviously you're saying that not only one, you're overweight, but that weight bears on your body.
Oh yeah, absolutely. That's no mystery. The mystery is that understanding how challenging it is around the age of 50 to lose weight if you have it. And if you don't, by the time you're 60, it's going to be quite the chore.
Right, for sure. Is there any statistics that show, obviously you're in this field quite a bit, like maybe having 10 pounds of extra weight on your body, what it can do to your knees and your legs,
when you look at, just the distribution of the head change. So yes, of course, it's just physics, So ask someone who carries a backpack around that has 10 or 15 pounds or all your gear, and you carry it for 20 minutes and then you put it down. So it's very easy. It's very easy to feel the difference.
Understand that, yeah. But a lot of people don't understand that. They don't really. You're around this all day long. Us people out here that don't really understand as much about the body don't really realize that, this stuff is major stuff. And obviously, you're the one that has to help them fix it. But it all, again, like you said, it all starts with having the right weight, having the right posture, doing the right things, and keeping it simple.
Yeah, I would say that those are factors that make a difference depending on where an individual starting point is.
Well, if we were all in good shape, then you wouldn't have a job.
My goal is to see someone one time and I fix them and they're good to go.
Yeah, good.
I'm trying to work myself out of a job.
There you go.
Well, we still have the athletes. They're going to break.
Yeah, that's true. We certainly know how to break ourselves. There's no problem there. Awesome. Well, is there any way people could find out about you or learn more about what you do?
Of course, yeah. You Google me. I'm up on the top on the Google search. So I've got my app. I have my website. I don't know how you can't find me.
Okay, good. Okay, good. Do you have? All right, yeah. So Google Brian Dorfman, and
sure, it'll all show up,
and they're all right there, and
absolutely
everybody can find you. And if they, and that you have your offices where?
I have my clinic in Solana Beach. I have a clinic in Morro Bay, California. I have a clinic in Mexico City, and I have a clinic in Bozeman, Montana.
Wow. I didn't know that. I only saw 2 on your website.
I tried to save a few things for the end of the interview.
Oh, there you go. Some top secret stuff there.
Yeah, of course.
So, those are very interesting cities you've chose, especially Solana Beach and Morro Bay here in California. They're very laid back
beach communities. Sure.
So is that of your personality? You like to be laid back? You like to be
I
local?
like to be near the ocean.
Okay.
That being said, I started working in Mexico City in 1990, and I have an enormous following there. It's a city of almost 20 million people, and I certainly love that big city lifestyle working there. But as far as my personal life, keep me near the ocean.
Nice. Big surfer?
Yes.
Awesome. Right. I tried surfing and it didn't go too well. My last day I ever surfed was on 9/11, 2001.
Wow.
I almost got killed. A friend of mine took me down, Ocean Beaches, obviously, past the pier down there where it's only rocks to come in. And we got this huge wave day. And I was just learning how to surf, and I had a big board, and I kept on falling off the board. So I was trying to get past the waves out to the sea, and I couldn't do it. I kept on getting bashed back. So finally I had to get rid of my board and swim out to sea, only to find out I'm completely exhausted out in the middle of the ocean. And I had to swim for the pier, which was even worse to do. And I almost had my last day. It was crazy, but I enjoyed.
Well, you know what's funny about that? You shared with me that you're a BMX motorcycle rider.
Bike rider, bicycle.
Oh, bicycle. Well, either way, I'd be completely scared to do that. But give me a 20, 30-foot wave, I'm okay.
Wow, 20, 30, that's a big wave.
Well, that's the face.
That's awesome. Any last parting words you want to give to the audience out there about their bodies and
what we do matters. How we sit matters. Simple adjustments that become the new habit. If I can change something today and I'll feel better in 20 years from now, why not?
Right. Awesome. Brian, thank you for your time. I know this was, I know you have a very busy schedule. You're down here with your family, and you took this time to be on the 5-minute bark. And hopefully my fans appreciate it as much as I do. And if there's any thing we can do on the 5-minute bark to help you out, just like we help others, please don't be afraid to ask. So we've got Brian Dorfman here today. Thank you again and again for coming out. And we're going to cut it right here, everybody. This is the 5-minute bark with Brian Dorfman.